Prabhupada ki
Jai.
O son of Surabhi, you need not lament no longer now. You need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear this low-class sûdra. And, O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of all envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. Purport. Protection of bulls and cows and all the animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Mahārāja Parīkṣit. Mahārāja Parīkṣit addresses the cow as mother, for he is a cultured, twice-born kṣatriya king. Surabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets and expressly reared by Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa Himself. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the denizens of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. But Mahārāja Parīkṣit and the Pāṇḍavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all chastisement, including death. There has sometimes been agitation for the protection of the cow, but for want of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus give all protection to these important animals, following in the footsteps of Mahārāja Parīkṣit. For protecting the cows and brahminical culture, the Lord, who is very kind to the cow and the brahmanas, go-brāhmaṇa-hitāya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us real peace. Omiganti medandasya jnana shalakaya chakshalitam yena tasmai Śrī Gurave namaha Śrī Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Gadati Svapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Yata Yasmin Duskaram Sukaram Bhavet Vishrita Vipriyatesha Śrī Chaitanya Nandanamitam Jai Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Kṣatriya kings are supposed to protect the praja. Praja means that which is born on the land in that area. So that includes not just the humans, but also the animals. So you can judge a civilization and how they treat 5 kinds of personalities or living entities. How they treat women, children, brahmanas or the saintly, the elderly, and animals, especially the cow. So if you look at modern civilization, how do they treat women? Exploited as sex objects. Every advertising they place there. They should be treated as mother, that's real education. But modern education teaches women to become prostitutes and kill the child in the form of abortion. How do they treat children? So children are forced to go to school, or what's more shocking, you would think that we would think, okay, who is the biggest drug users or drug addicts or drug takers? You would think maybe from 16 years old to it's early 20s, they're the main drug users. But no, the main drug users are from the age of 5 to 10. Thousand. Because in modern society, especially in the West, kids are kids. They have a lot of energy, they play around. So then, I can't control my kid, what do I do? Oh, he has ADHD. So then they're just given all this Ritalin. There's like even articles, pill popping toddlers like this. And then what to speak of social media, how it's grown so much. People, like kids in their tweens, it's like even before teenagers, they're contemplating or even attempting suicide due to the cyberbullying and stuff. This is kṣatriya stuff. Modern society. How they treat brahmanas in the saintly. Don't come here with your religion. You naive person. We're trying to progress here. And whatever blemishes there have been on religious persons, that is exemplified, in so many ways. Whatever hedonist act in the garb of a religious person, that is the main thing. They don't consider the teachings of the religion as being something immoral. Even government laws are based on religious teachings, but that is not taken into account. So they are disregarded. Anyone who's saintly or a brahmana, we come, hey, got some nice books for your spiritual knowledge. We're monks. You can give a donation. Like, why should I give a donation? Why? You don't deserve it. No, but one benefits so much when they give for transcendental knowledge. When they give to the saintly persons, when they support them. How they treat the elderly. Put them in an old age home. We don't want to see you suffering around us. Put grandma, grandpa, just put them away. They're just like talking too much about the old days. They have so much wisdom actually to offer. But no, they just hide them away. And then in the old age home, they're alone, also giving them many pills. And they're just like zombies now. And there's also abuse that takes place in these old age homes as well. And how do they treat animals in modern society? So every month in Europe, 53 billion animals are slaughtered for food. Every month in Europe. Just Europe. It's like big massacre. Imagine you had like human beings. That many humans killed. It's like, how is this possible? How can it happen nowadays in modern society? We have like advanced so much. We knew how to live civilized. No. So this is not civilization. This is barbaric society. And especially the cow needs to be protected. So the king is known as Naradeva. It's like, the translation is pretty much like human god. Because he's supposed to be a representative of the Supreme Lord. So Krishna, he is the King of Kings. So to represent the King of Kings, he what does he do on his planet? It's called Goloka. God's planet is called the planet of the cows. And his favorite pastime place is Govardhan. With so many millions of cows. His favorite names to be called is Govinda and Gopal. And his job, if he has a job, is a Gopa. He's a cowherd boy. Could choose any job he wanted, but no, I would herd the cows. And his dearest devotees, who are they? The gopis. The damsels of Vrindavan. So we see modern society is just completely with these exploitive leaders. They're just not protecting the prajas, those who are born on that land, especially the cows. Here in the UK, every month, 200,000 cows and bulls are slaughtered. It's even online, like they say how many, and each month, and if it's increasing or not, you can fully see it. It's all on display. And they don't know that actually the cow can give all protection to society. This is it was quite an interesting line in the purport I found here. That in the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there's no law to protect the denizens of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. So how's that connected? Cows protecting us, if we protect them. So, in previous purports, it's equating. The Pāṇḍavas knew this importance, that the cow can protect us. The Vedic society knew this. They equated that if you're killing the cow for slaughter, then it's just like taking an innocent child into seclusion and killing them. Because it's so innocent. And what would you do to such a person? For sure, chastisement. For sure, the death penalty. There's even states in India where cow slaughter, someone who engages in cow slaughter is punished with life in jail. So India has that culture. Cow slaughter is literally a terrorist to humanity. We sort of think like the bombers and whatever else it could be. The one who runs through the streets with a knife or goes crazy in his car in the streets. We're saying that's happened in history. But no, we're saying here, pointing out Vedic society, because the cow gives so much to society to be maintained, to be protected, to be happy. If you kill the cow, you're ruining the happiness, the protection of society. And even the cow is your mother. What would you do to someone who kills your mother? What would you say? This is how we treat terrorists. Terrorists must be dealt with in appropriate ways. And the effects of cow slaughter is enormous. There's wars, droughts. Prabhupada said that because you are slaughtering a cow, there'll be no rain. Floods, so many disasters in the world due to killing the cow. And so much of a reaction. Shishi Radharani Mishra ki, Shishi Gauranitai ki, Shishi go-brāhmaṇa ki. Where's Jen? So the effects of killing the cow is enormous. It says that one who kills a cow has to suffer in the same way as many hairs that are on the body of the cow. That's how many lifetimes you have to go through to suffer. So it's not making a good situation for society. And obviously, the cow is so close to Krishna. Go-brāhmaṇa-hitāya. The cow comes before the brahmana even. So, if you don't help protect someone dear to him, you have no more protection of Krishna. But you are still under protection of his severe agent. Just like criminals, they're still under protection of the government, but in jail, they're under the protection of the jail warden, and they just beat them and treat them just so they learn their lesson. So the question comes up again. All right, we protect the cow, but how in the form of milk, how can the cow protect us? So let's look at health. In Ayurveda, they use cow urine. So whatever comes out of our body is inauspicious, I don't get into it, especially below the belt. Inauspicious, you have to take a shower, it's like dirty. But anything that comes out of the cow is auspicious. The cow dung is considered antiseptic. And the cow urine can be drunk and one can balance their doshas, the vata, the kapha, and the pitta, and become healthy. Milk is a miracle food that you can live a longer life. In Kali Yuga, we're supposed to live 100 years, but even to make it to 100 is such a rare thing. It's so rare that you get a letter from now the king. Used to get one from the queen. Well done, 100 years old. Congratulations. But yes, because milk is neglected in society, then people are not living so long. In Ayurveda also, ghee is used in many preparations to help with improving one's health. And even in the 18th century, when there was the plague of smallpox, I was hearing from my spiritual master in the Netherlands. So everyone got affected except the milkmaids. They had some immunity towards smallpox, they didn't get affected. So one can develop their immunity. And I heard a story from His Holiness Ram Govinda Maharaj. And he was saying how, obviously in India, that the cow is part of the family. The animals are part of the family. So the cow is the mother. And there was one young boy and he was so sick. He was so sick. And, you know, he had such a deep relationship with the cow, the family cow. And the doctor couldn't cure him. He was like on the way out, you know. So then the cow was like mewing, and then she wanted to be let go. She went away and she ate the particular herbs needed to cure the child. And then the child drank the milk of the cow and became cured. So the cows have this potency. And also the cows give mental well-being. Mental illness is on the rise. It's the biggest illness at the moment. That's why we're doing all this meditation, mindfulness, and deep breathing is popular now. But now they have cow therapy, cow cuddling. This is like it's a new thing, but it really works. People come and you just feel so happy. The anxieties are gone. They just feel so blessed nearly from just funneling the cows and calves, especially calves, so sweet. In New Govardhan, there was a family that came, and part of the tour was New Govardhan is our farm in Australia, so I assume that you all know. So in Australia, we have a farm called New Govardhan, and we have many cows. And part of the tour is that you just spend time with the cows and pet them and hug them and feed them. And just by spending 2 hours with them, the family just decided, okay, vegetarian, no more. And another time in New Govardhan, there was a rescued cow, and they brought the cow in, and the cow was very scared because it's been in some terrible conditions. And they have a school there, so all the Gurukul, they would always play with the cow, and then the cow developed so much affection. Before it wasn't giving milk, but then after showing so much affection from the kids, started giving milk. So for mental well-being, the affection of the cow just lifts you up so much. We go to Bhaktivedanta Manor, probably the highlight is going to see the cows and hanging out with them and feeding them. The cow can give true wealth. So wealth is not this industry, it's not these your nuts and bolts in your cars and your unlimited gadgets that you throw away after a year or a few months. No, real wealth is grain, land, and cows. And the bulls also are very important. Unfortunately, they've been replaced with tractors to till the land. But no, the bull you put a plow on them, they'll till the land for you. They're considered the father, just like the cow is considered the mother, the bull is considered the father in that way. Gets the breadwinner. Like that. And they can also pull. Most of the examples will come from India, but this was there even in the West, bullock carts. And so the farmer, he will till the land, he'll harvest the crop, whatever it could be, vegetables or anything, and then he'll put it on the cart, and then the bull will go to the market. And what does the farmer do? He just sleeps, because the bull knows where to go. Doesn't need to, hey, this way, it's not a car. And it just sleeps, it goes there, and then he's at the market a few hours selling everything, and then the bull sleeps that time. So it's good teamwork. And then, okay, market's done, jump on the cart, fall asleep again, bull knows how to go home. And every year every year in Vrindavan, we join Parashuram Prabhu for Padayatra around Vrindavan. So much fun, my gosh. And so we take some bulls from the Goshala in Vrindavan and go around Braj and fill the fill the cart with bananas. Apparently they do it for a month, and so it's like 40 tons of bananas. And so we come to the village and just start throwing bananas. There's kids on in the front and just start throwing bananas all over the village. Everyone knows. They see the bullock cart, they see the kids, and they go, oh, and they're like, Mama, get out, like this. And we go around going crazy, get out. And then they even try and jump on the cart, and you have to, and then get a stick. And like this festival just takes place, Even the old people, they're standing on the roof, and the ladies in their saris, they open up to catch the banana, because they know it's prasadam. It's just fun as well, They couldn't care less what's going on. It's just fun, And even there was like one older man, like elderly, like a grandfather in the area. So he was the one village I remember. So he was leaning back trying to catch the banana, and then he falls into the drain like this. And I was like, oh no. The whole village just starts laughing at him. Because it's a big difference when you come with a bullock cart. Parashuram says this is like the Mercedes-Benz in the villages, Because no one cares about cars, but the bull is very dear. And you can see in India they have that culture, the bulls and the cows are roaming everywhere. People like to feed them and care for them and pet them. And this is like the culture of the spiritual world. The origins of Indian culture is coming from the spiritual world. And village life particularly is the best material life. It's the mode of goodness. You get fresh produce. You grow it locally. When you want to cook, you just take it straight from the ground and you're cooking it that day. And then they have the best chapatis if you buy at Brijbasi. You get the rotis in Brijbasi. We will camp out in the villages and then go door to door, madhukari. And say, Radhisham, roti hai, doodh hai, sabji hai. And then you just got all these rotis, and then you can eat them straight like that, because it's like the grain is being grown there, and they just make it fresh on the spot. You see the ladies, they just squat down next to the fire straight away, make it quick, fresh, so nice. And as you grow up, you don't need to figure out what's your job, what you need to do. You just take over what your parents do. So if your father is a farmer, then he teaches you from young. So then you become really good. That's all you really need to know. And then you know how to earn a living by the time you're already 16, 17. Like in these villages, like you become a man. But in modern society, even if you got a degree and you're still like a kid, you can't really figure out what you're doing, Oh, I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. What job? I'm 23. But they know exactly what they need to do. And then even if they need to start a family by then, there's a partner set up. There's some other girl in the village and they set them up. It's like, yeah, of course we'll get together because that's what the parents want. So they do it to please the seniors. And, they have so many kids. Kids are running around. So it's all happening. Yeah. And even just to clean the home, they use cow dung every day. You see the ladies wake up early and they're wiping the floor with cow dung. And it's even though it's hot, the floor is very cooling. So it has so many benefits just from such a lifestyle, all surrounded around the bull and the cow. So this is true wealth. And even wealth can go further, with ghee, so that comes from milk ultimately. I don't know, forget the sequence. It's like milk, yogurt, butter, then ghee. Yeah? Okay, there we go. And ghee you can keep for a long time. It doesn't like go off or something like that. So with ghee particularly, obviously you can make really, really nice food. The demigods, they don't eat anything that doesn't have ghee in it. Like this, not this vegetable oil that was actually originally for cars. Yes, that's what it was for. Was it corn seeds? Oil or something? That's what they used. There was no petrol, it was just like vegetable oil made from corn. So that was like for cars, and now they tried it on people, and we're like, yeah, this is... No, but like, Vedic society understands, yes, cooking ghee. And yes, the demigods, they will only take that. So we need to eat like in heaven. But ghee can be used for yagya. Anand bhavanti bhutani prajanat anandasambhava yagya bhavati prajanyo yagya karma samudbhava. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagya, and yagya is born of prescribed duties. So in order even just to get rain, even just to get good weather, to grow the food, because even the city does not exist if the farmers just quit. So we need grain, otherwise you'll die. And further in the third chapter, Gita, Saha Yagya Prajasishta Parovacha Prajapati Anena Pasavisya Dom Esho Hosti Vistakam Duk. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy with this sacrifice. Because by this performance it will bestow upon you everything you need to be happy in this world and attain liberation. What more do you want? But if we get rid of the cow, get rid of like this, this idea of taking milk products, then where's the question of yagya? Where's the question of being happy or peaceful and achieving liberation? So we need this for spiritual development. Milk is there. In deity worship, the products of the cow used, panchagavya, this abhishek, and sometimes even cow urine is used. But we have milk, yogurt, ghee, sugar, honey. Yes, there we go. So that even used in deity worship. Even some yagyas, they started with cow dung to start the fire. And then you add ghee, and apparently it creates oxygen. It's good, man. What kind of fire creates oxygen? And the sages, they would live only on milk. It had all the nutrients required. We have Śrī Goswami, he would only stay at a householder's place as the amount of time it took to milk the cow. And yes, of course, we hear that it helps develop the finer tissues in the brain for spiritual understanding. Actually, our brain has been burnt up by material society, by sense gratification. People lose their brains in crazy ways. London is a great example. The weekend, you can see the drinks, the drugs, the rock and roll. Just all destroying people's brains. But no, it can be even redeveloped. This is by milk, actually. It's described in the Bhagavatam that drawing milk from the cow is like drawing religion in a liquid form. So to be religious, to be saintly, the milk is part of that culture. And we see in the Krishna book that the gopis would use the cow, or the aspects of the cow, to create security, to get rid of bad omens, like this. So when Krishna was nearly killed by Putana, and then he killed her, and then she grew 12 miles long, and then died. Her life was sucked up by Krishna. So then Krishna was playing on top of this Putana, and all the gopis were stressed. Oh no, Krishna, please come. So in the Krishna book it says, when the gopis saw little Krishna fiercely playing on Putana's lap, they very quickly came and picked him up. Mother Yashoda, Rohini, and other elderly gopis immediately performed the auspicious rituals by taking the tail of the cow and circumambulating his body. The child was completely washed with the urine of the cow, and the dust created from the hooves of the cow was thrown all over his body. This was just to save little Krishna from future inauspicious accidents. This incident gives us a clear indication of how important a cow is to the family, society, and to living beings in general. The transcendental body of Krishna did not require any protection, but to instruct us on the importance of the cow. The Lord was smeared all over with cow dung, washed with the urine of the cow, and sprinkled with the dust upraised by the walking of cows. Amazing, huh? You're going to take a cow bath now. Try it out. Cow dung, cow urine, the dust. And get the tail. And particularly, Krishna will protect us if we protect his cows. He loves them so much. He will wait. First thing in the morning, he wakes up. He goes straight to the cows to milk them. That's what he does. And they will not get milked by anyone else. They want Krishna to milk them. And then Krishna, he wants to go out and herd. And Mother Yashoda is worried about Krishna because he has such soft feet and there's so many thorns and rocks and they'll hurt his feet. So Krishna, you have to put your shoes on. Sometimes your mother says, okay, put your jacket on, It's cold outside. So Mother Yashoda is feeling like this. But Krishna says, no. If the cows don't have shoes, I won't wear shoes. So Krishna has 900,000 cows. So that's how many shoes? 3.6 million? Yeah? Yes, good. 3.6 million shoes. So that's a lot of shoes. And Krishna, he's calling each, he also has japa, he has beads also. But he uses them to call each group of cows. And he calls them and counts them to make sure that they're all safe. And we can see that Indra, even after trying to kill all the residents of Vrindavan by trying to drown them with these Samavataka clouds, he came to beg forgiveness from Krishna. He went and got Surabhi with him, like that, to beg forgiveness, to get protection from Krishna again. And then Krishna was crowned the Indra of the cows, or Govinda. And they did a big abhishek. Aravata, Indra's elephant, he splashed the celestial Ganges on him, and Surabhi showered him with her milk with love. So if we assist Govinda in giving pleasure to the cows, and Gopal, we assist Gopal in protecting the cows, he will definitely protect us. So this is what human society needs. This movement is the only spiritual movement that is emphasizing cow protection. Because it's so important for spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Any comments or questions? Yes? It's been a big weekend.
Krishna, thank you for the class. It's nice to remember about the cows. But actually, before the question, this reminds me, someone was telling me there's a group of Catholic monks that live near Leicester, just off the motorway, and they rear cows until recently, where for some reason or other they've had to start rearing hops and making beer instead, which I thought was just quite Kali Yuga. But I just wanted to ask, what's the appropriate way to treat, because some devotees now won't have cow's milk unless it's a himsa because of how the dairy industry works. Do you have any comments on that?
Yes, so obviously the best is to take that ahimsa milk. There's some devotees in Australia, they started what's called mother cow dairy. And what they do is that they pay the farmers, because many of these dairy farmers, they sell the cow for slaughter because they're not getting maintained, and they sell the milk to big supermarkets where they get hardly any money for it. So they need to maintain themselves, so they will sell it for slaughter. So what this company does, the devotees have done, they've signed a contract with the farmer that you protect the cow the whole life, and then we'll maintain you. So the milk is sold at a higher price, and majority of the money will go to the farmer. So then the farmer feels like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And they're being they have like a cow sanctuary that's part of it. And many farmers are involved, and they're trying to do these contracts everywhere. So then the farmer feels like, yeah, encouraged to look after the cow. Because I guess most devotees that I know in the movement are like IT professionals, you know. And I don't think they're gonna like just go to the land, you know. But we can support those that already know how to farm. And they don't have a problem with like looking after cows. It's just they're not being maintained. So if you maintain them, then it's like more hope for more cows being protected. It's a good idea. I like it. Actually, this idea came from His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. So there's some devotees in Australia doing that. But what about taking milk of the slaughtered cows? Well, ultimately we can engage the cow into that service to Krishna. There'll be eternal benefit, because if the milk, the milk, they're going through such karma of being slaughtered, obviously, you know. So we have an opportunity to knock out a lot of karma for that cow. So still, you know, we offer many things to Krishna that has like some blood on it. You know, even our clothes, even like technology. You know, every phone, you know, that cobalt that's needed for every mobile phone, that's coming from mines which are like, you know, all these children in different like African villages are being enslaved to mine it for nothing really. Many of them die, and so we can have so many phones. What about that? What about the karma using a phone? So everything has some fault. Every work, wherever there's fire, there's smoke. In the Gita it says, every work is covered by fault. But it can be purified by yajna, by sacrificing it for Krishna. Doesn't mean we think, oh yeah, it's okay that they get slaughtered. No, it's not okay. We want to save the cow ultimately. But we still want to benefit the cow for what we can do now. They may not agree with it, but this is our philosophy still, that we can still benefit it. And Prabhupada obviously knew this. It's not like he knew that these dairy cows were being slaughtered, but he still offer them milk. We want to benefit that cow, that soul that's in the cow's blood, but still give them benefit. So that's my answer. It may not be accepted though. So you may explain it that way, but it's up to the devotee to accept it or not. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Unless someone wants to add on, if I missed a certain point. Anyone else? Jai Go Mata Ki Parshuram Prabhu Ki I remember one time we were in Kadamba Kandi and we were camping out, and then there was this bull who rocked up and he was like, it was an angry bull, you know. I was so scared, my gosh, you know, these guys were chilling like anything. And then this tatas, he came and he thought it was our bull, and he tried to take him, and then the bull nearly hit him. He said, oh, like this. And then Rukmini Raman was there, and then he saw the bull. He gets a stick, like this, and he goes, ah! Runs up to it, and the bull runs away. I was like, oh my God. But our bulls are very sweet. Every time, huh? No. Very sweet bulls. Do you have any stories from Padayatra? Because we're talking about bulls and cows.
No, you go ahead.
I'm done.
I'm here. I'm here listening.
Okay, I just finished this. Yeah, what else? Padayatra story. Do you have one done?
Because sometimes there's no bulls available in the Goshala that have been trained. So on those occasions, then Bhara has to take a bull that hasn't been trained and has never been attached to any kind of cart before. And now they're bulls, they're not bullocks, they're bulls. And every now and then you get one who's actually a psychopath. But you never knew because they'd never been attached to a cart before, so there was no way to test their temperament. So every now and then you end up with a psycho bull whose one mission in life is to not only kill the other bull, but to kill you as well. And so I've witnessed the bravery of Parshuram when the bull attacks him, and he still continues to try to connect the bull to the cart, despite impending death. The bull is charging around the campsite, attacking everybody on sight, running up and down the road, and it's just one of those special times. You don't get to see that kind of thing very often. Shri Vrindavan Ki Jai.
As you were talking, remember about the UK Padayatra that you organized? Over like, what was it like, 3 or 6 or 9 days? Like short ones, but so sweet. I mean, like you called it the Pilgrimage of Peace. And this was really cool because it kind of gave like the whole snapshot of like Harinam, book distribution, Prasadam, deities, there was go-brāhmaṇa-hitāya on there, and cow protection. And many people were so like enchanted by seeing these bulls, and especially seeing them so big, because many times they get slaughtered before they get that big. And you're coming through these like towns, and you meet the mayor of every town, and they're so happy to have you there and welcome you. And devotees on that Padayatra, they would just dance the whole way. I'm used to like Vrindavan, we walk forever, but we don't dance so much. But one time, I was like, we have time, right? Okay. So in Vaishana, they do Govardhan Puja with Lokanath Swami and Satyananda Swami. And that big Govardhan Himala halva and so many sweets like this. And so what Parshuram does, he gets the whole mountain, puts it into pots, and then puts the pots onto the cart. You can see the cart's like, somehow it's holding it together. It's like tons of halva. And then the bulls, they hook up the bulls and we go into Vaishana. And we go towards, I remember this. So there's many like Ukrainian, Russian devotees, like the ladies, they dance in front, and the whole Vaishana is like, they all run for like, cups of halva, and they will dance with us. And we go towards the gate where it goes to the Sriji temple. So you went there, and obviously you can't keep going, so you turned around. And as you're turning around, this cart nearly tips. Yeah. It nearly tips. It's like on one wheel. Oh my God, Somehow the bull comes back down, and you're laughing your head off. you're like, yeah. He looks at me and goes, and I'm like playing this drum, going crazy. We go through Vaishana, and then we head back the opposite direction towards Prince Saroba. And then this guy, he's in a car, like, there's like traffic, it's on the road, there's nothing organized. And, this guy, he drives up next to the car, and he doesn't even park straight. He's like on the middle of the road, like this, on an angle, gets out of his car, leaves his family behind, door open, and just starts dancing with us. Yeah, like this, and he just forgets the car. He just dances with us all the way up. I was like, this is amazing. So Pariyatra pulls out of people, It's so nice. I mean, so many memories like that. How it happened. Yeah. Pariyatra ki. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. The sweetness of UK Pariyatra. So even when we get to the camping site, the kirtan still goes because we're sort of setting up the kitchen and everything. And there was one time like Nitra Shekhar was singing, and he was just singing like verses, like, 'cause you're so merciful to us, and we dance and chant because of go-brāhmaṇa-hitāya. And this was like the chorus. And then he went for hours, just glorifying go-brāhmaṇa-hitāya, like this, going for hours. And we just keep dancing like that. So anytime there was nothing going on, there'll just be kirtan, but like full on kirtan. And then every night, Kavi Kanpur would do a random drama from the Bhagavatam like this, I had to be Lord Shiva and the Daksha Yagyawan. So it was funny, someone was saying poetry, another kid did like some martial arts demo, and so another lady did Bharatanatyam. It was like, some show every night. And then Tira came, and he stayed up till like 2 a.m. cooking sweet rice. He was just stirring and making it nice and big. They're very sweet. And I felt like the devotees, because you're kind of just roughing it out together, so then the intimacy, the closeness comes very happy. One of the Pariyatra is like happiest time ever. Yeah. I highly recommend it. If there's a Pariyatra happening, you should check it out. I will go to check Pariyatra at the end of the month. Sounds so good. Yes, they're really nice because they come into the village and they set up a whole program. So they come through the village, they make announcements, they go, it's programming, this is Dharma, it's free, and we have beautiful Krishna Vole, beautiful cow, bulls, and there'll be Bharatanatyam, and the extravaganza, Latte Easy Banani, which means flying bananas. At the end of the show, they start throwing bananas from the car. And all these kids come, and all these parents come, because there's nothing happening there. And they stay there, they do a drama and everything, and they hang out with the bulls. And they do that for like 2 weeks. Going to village to village. Really nice stuff. Pariyatra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, God protection ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.